In a quiet town of Boko, located in Benue State, lived a beautiful 15-year-old girl named Precious. She was kind, respectful, and loved by everyone. But there was one thing that made her different from other girls. Her mother watched over her every move because she feared that one wrong decision could destroy her daughter's future. Sadly, one night changed everything. Now, let me take you back to how Precious' story began. The morning sun shone brightly over the hospital in town. Inside one of the examination rooms sat a quiet 15-year-old girl named Precious. She wore a neatly pressed school uniform with her braided weaving. Beside her stood her mother, Miss Helen, dressed in a long royal blue African gown with her matching head tie. Her face carried a calm look of a loving mother. But behind that smile sat a fear she never spoke about. Every first week of the month, Miss Helen brought Precious to the hospital for a routine checkup. She believed it was the best way to protect her only daughter from the same mistake that had changed another young girl's life in their family. After a few minutes, Nocera smiled as she finished the examination. Nocera gently said to Miss Helen, "She's perfectly healthy," and Nocera walked out from the room. Precious quietly looked at her mother with a cold eyes and asked, "Mom, do we really have to keep doing this?" Miss Helen gently held her daughter's hand. She explained that years ago, her younger sister became pregnant at only 15 and her dreams were cut short. So, she never wanted the same pain for her daughter, Precious. Precious nodded quietly. She loved her mother and she believed she was only trying to protect her. Neither of them knew that life was about to test that trust. That day at school, the school compound was filled with students laughing as they walked into their different classes. Precious looked different from other students. While many students talked about parties and weekend fun, she usually kept to herself. Her closest friend Grace hurried towards her with an excitement and she said to her, "There will be a party this Saturday. You have to come." Precious smiled but shook her head. She knew her mother would never agree. Grace slipped a colorful invitation into Precious's hand before running off for class. The invitation stayed in Precious' mind for the rest of the week. She had never been to a party before. She wondered what it would feel like. Finally, Saturday night finally arrived. The house was quiet. Miss Helene had fallen asleep after a long day of work. Precious sat on the edge of her bed, staring at the invitation card. Her phone suddenly rang. It was Grace. Grace shouted through the phone, "Precious, where are you? We have been waiting for you." Precious looked towards her mother's bedroom door. Her heart beat faster than ever. For the first time in her life, she made a decision without telling her mother.